Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We had a fun event last night. UFC 299 is in the books. Man, I had a great time watching. I know you guys did probably too. Sugar, man, cash the free play with ease. Sugar's the man, bro. Like this guy, he can't really sell like with his voice. He can't talk a big game. He's confident and brash, but he can't really trash talk that well. But it doesn't really matter. His fighting style is so fun to watch. The guy is an absolute striking wizard. Love watching the guy fight. Let's start it off. We had the Joanne Wood versus Marina Moroz. Didn't really watch this fight, so can't speak too much on it. It went how I expected it though. I should have taken Wood. Wood was my gut, but I didn't trust my gut here. I thought Moroz's age and jiu-jitsu was going to get the submission at some point. Joanne Wood kept it on the feet, kept the scrambles going, and won a decision. Congrats on the career, Joanne Wood. I hope you have a great future and ever. Let's get. I don't think there's someone for her next. So, moving on, we had CJ Vergara versus Asu Almabayev. Almabayev's a legit prospect. It's just we don't know how good he is because Tatsuro Taira made Vergara look pretty easy with getting him out of there in the first round. Almabayev couldn't do that. It was a little shocking, but it is what it is. The guy is very, very good, so I'm going to take a note of that moving forward, but definitely is still a good win for Asu Almabayev. Dominant. Moving on. One sec before we move on. Flyweight. Oh, and also, by the way, guys, some guy was crying about something, about my, audio, saying it was a 0 out of 10 video. Guys, if you're going to have constructive criticism, please just, keep it specific. Just going off trying to say my whole video is bad, you just come off as a hater, man. I could care less of what a hater has to think about me, man. I'm only out for what real people have to say, what real people think. I'm all for constructive criticism. Telling me, lighting's off, background's off, so whatever is off. You telling me it's off, I'd love to know about it so I can work on it. But, when you're just coming out of the woodworks talking reckless about how I'm just, da-da-da-da, or this is a terrible thing I'm doing. It's like, man, I do this for fun. You're acting like I get paid to do this. This is just for fun. Obviously, it will grow and get better as, I grow. But, we got to be patient with me. And, the ones that don't want to be patient, the ones just want to talk crap for the sake of talking crap, have a nice life. I could care less. But, yeah, guys, man, number Asu Mabayev has beat someone who is, in my opinion, pretty good, and I think he should fight someone along the lines of a Alessandro Costa, maybe, or maybe a Tyson Nam. That'd be a cool next fight. Moving on, we had Rebellis de Spain taking on Josh Parisian. We had him get a KO in under a minute. He got the KO, plus 700. Let's go Rebellis, man. What a KO. The guy's a freak in nature. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love cashing. Gotta love cashing the prospects. Heavyweight. Let's see who they give him next. I think we should give him... I think a Junior Tafa versus him would be next. That would be a cool next fight. I can't stand Tafa after his last performance, so we'll see how Rebellis looks in the heavyweight division. Or maybe a Jamal Pokes. Moving on, Michelle Pereira taking on Michelle Oleksiejczuk. I thought Oleksiejczuk would, survive round one, maybe even wear out Michelle in the later rounds. Didn't even get a chance to see that. The guy just got dropped with a body shot and then submitted. The guy's grappling is just not non-existent, and yeah, man, it is what it is. Michelle Pereira is legit. Great win for Michelle Pereira. Excited to see who they give him next at middleweight, considering that's not his natural weight class. He definitely packs on a little bit of extra weight for this weight class. I think he should fight someone like a Maybe like a Chris Curtis next, or a Shara Bullet, maybe even a Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer versus Michelle Pereira would be a cool next fight. Moving on, Ion Cutelaba versus Felipe Lenz. I didn't even really watch this fight. I heard it was really, really boring. But I did think Felipe Lenz was going to win a decision here. It was a fun fight. It's supposed to be, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. But yeah, good win for Felipe Lenz. And let's see who we give him next. Felipe Lenz. Let's go with... I don't think Petrino would be next, but that wouldn't be a bad choice. Maybe Alonzo Menningfield. That would be a cool next step. Moving on. We had Pedro Munoz taking on Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips won with ease. I heard there was some also eye pokes. I was really busy with this event. I was watching teammates fight as well. So give me a little bit of a break here with being how specific I was with the fights and how everything went down. I'm going off the best I can memory wise, and Kyler Phillips, man, he just showed he's levels above Pedro Munoz. The eye pokes I was not a fan of, but Kyler Phillips does what Kyler Phillips does. Win, and great win for Kyler Phillips. 2-0 on the night for MMA Lab. Something definitely in the water over there. I wonder. Moving on. Or no, let's give Kyler an opponent. So he just beat Pedro Munoz. That's a huge win for him. I think he should fight. Maybe a Davison Figueiredo next. That could be a next fight, or a Rob Font. Moving on, we had Mateus Gamrot taking on Rafael dos Santos. RDA is just too old, man. It's just quite simple. He has his moments of success, but other than that, he just, got wrestle fucked, and it is what it is. Good win for Gamrot. His wins are just all like suspects, so it's I don't really know what to think. Like he robbed Sayukian, injury wins. Like it is what it is. Let's give Gamrot Dustin Poirier next, if they're down with fighting each other since they're training partners. If not, let's give Mateus Gamrot someone maybe like a Dan Hooker next. That could be a next fight. Or maybe a Beneil Dariush. I don't know. A rematch. I don't know. We'll see. Gamrot's I'm not too worried about. He'll be around for a while. Moving on, we had Macy Barber taking on Caitlin Chukagian. What a freaking fight. I was not looking forward to this fight because I knew it wasn't going to be exciting. Macy Barber still landed some decent shots. She tries to push the pace. She actually has really good cardio. I was really impressed with her performance. It's not like she's out here, knocking Caitlin dead, but she still had a really good performance. Definitely think she could fight someone, a little higher rank next. You never know. Maybe takes a step down. I don't know. What I want to see, I want to see Jazz get a fight with her, because honestly, I think Jazz beats her very, very decisively. But man, honestly, this is such a stacked division. So many killers in this division. I don't know who they're going to give her next. I think Tracy Cortez would be a cool next fight for her, just because they're around the same ranking. But I don't know if they'll do that, considering they're two prospects that they want to hype up. So we'll see what they do with that division. If it's up to me, I'm giving Jazz all these opportunities, because honestly, taking that fight in Toronto, she didn't have to. She girl missed weight. She didn't have to do that. She beat the crap out of her. I don't know. Usually they reward stuff like that, but we'll see. Honestly, I could see Macy taking that fight with Tracy, or I could see Macy, fighting whoever. So interesting spot she's in, but Macy Barber definitely is in a good spot. Moving on, we had Curtis Blades versus Jalton Almeida. Curtis Blades, shut the prospect in Jailton Almeida down. Jailton Almeida, he's a grappler, man. He's just simply a grappler. He doesn't have anything else. And yeah, man, Curtis Blades fraud checked him. He didn't even really hit him that bad, and he just kind of curled in a ball and just quit. It was weird. Never seen anything like that. It is what it is. You know, Jailton is not a great nail. He's a good hammer, or a decent hammer. Curtis Blades, man. I should have been on him all week long, but something in my gut kept telling me Jailton, so it is what it is. But yeah, I definitely think Blades should get someone like a Cyril Gane next, or maybe fight for the interim belt against Tom Aspinall. I don't know. Definitely an interesting spot Mr. Blades is in. Moving on, we had Peter Yan Song Yadong taking on Peter Yan. Definitely got this one wrong. Song was looking great round 1. Round 2 and 3 fell apart. He just kind of gassed out. Song's really, really good, man. It's just, you know, he's young and he's a bit, you know, like he's a bit wishy-washy as far as his career. And Peter Yan's been a little more consistent. I should have put a little more trust in Yan. It just the losing skid was scaring me away. So great win for Yan. Clutch performance. Really happy for him. I don't know who they're gonna give him next. Honestly, it's a hard question to ask. But if I had a choice, I would give Chita Vera some time off. Because I think a fight with Peter Yan would be too soon. But Peter Yan, maybe a rematch with Corey Sandhagen, or a fight with Henry Cejudo, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Moving on, Gilbert Burns taking on Jack Della Maddalena. I was actually really excited watching this fight. I was really hyped for Jack. The grappling of Gilbert was very high level, so it's not like Jack was doing anything wrong. People love to give Jack a hard time, but Jack's very, very good. Jack has solid boxing, he's just a dog, man. You don't want to count Jack out of a fight. Jack by KO was my play all along. He cashed in the last round. He was down 2-0 on the scorecards. He needed the KO and he got it. The guy just pulls off magic stuff, and it's really cool to watch. Jack Della Maddalena is him, and but you're gonna need like a really specialist, like a really good specialist like Sean Brady to take him out. And honestly, I don't know if even he could do that. So I'm on Jack Della Maddalena. The work he's done with Craig Jones has been paying off, and yeah, man, that's my guy. If I could give Jack an opponent next, I would probably give him maybe a Shavkat, or maybe a Stephen Thompson. Maybe it's a weird one. This is a spot of a weird spots, because a lot of them are in weird spots in the division. But someone who's not in a weird spot, Michael Venom Page. What a win. This guy knows how to win. And honestly, I should have just had him trusted him all week. Holland, I always love to fade, so should have taken that as an opportunity to fade Holland. But I was just worried with the Michael Venom Page's chin getting chinned by Douglas Lima. I know Douglas is a lot heavier of a hitter than Kevin, but still I think Kevin can crack too. Good win for Michael Venom Page. He's not getting any younger, which does worry me, but he does still seem to be at the top of his game. The guy is an absolute magician on the feet, and yeah, man, great performance out of Michael Venom Page. Excited to see who they give him next. If I had to guess who they're gonna give him, I would have to say Neil Magny, or maybe a Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal or Neil Magny would probably be next. Moving on, we had we had Benoit St Denis versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Man, Benoit's staff, man. I should have next time I see someone with staff and I have them as my bet, I'm just gonna fade them, because, man, I have no idea how fighters just think they're going to fight through with like no energy. I know when they win, it's a great story, but it's like, why are you taking these risks with your career, especially at the point in your career you're at when you're this close away from fighting for a belt? It is what it is. Benoit St Denis is not the smartest, but he is very, very, very savage. Great, first round out of him at least. And Dustin was jumping guillotine. If Dustin didn't jump guillotines, he could have got him out of there in the first round. But Dustin's going to do what Dustin does, and that's why I faded him, because Dustin does what Dustin does. So it is what it is. Sometimes they don't work out the way you think it's going to go. And, not much else I could say. Dustin, he's a legend, and I'm excited to see who they give him next. Dustin, I think if I had a choice, I think a good next fight for Dustin would be either a rematch with Charlie Olives or the winner of Charles and Arman. And I think that's probably what's going to happen, because that makes the most sense. Moving on to the main event of the evening, we had Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Marlon Cheeto Vera. Cheeto's a journeyman, man, but he's a really good journeyman. And honestly, I just thought Sean O'Malley was just two like 3 levels above where he is. And Sean O'Malley just showed how good of a striker he is. What a performance! The guy's truly a phenomenal athlete. Should be 19-0. The guy's a beast, man. Big fan of this guy. Maybe not a big fan of him talking, but he's a great fighter. And man, not much else I could say other than congrats, Sean. Cash the free play, and maybe Poirier next, maybe Merab next. Being the champ, you get to make those decisions, especially the one that Dana says is selling all the pay-per-views. I don't know if I believe that, but the guy's a freaking beast, and I can understand if his pay-per-views were selling, because the guy's fighting style delivers every time. But anyways, guys, we cashed 3 units on the card, 10-4 on picks, I believe. Could have done better, obviously, but, we're cashing. That's all that matters. And I'll see you guys in the next week. We have a fun week next week. It's not as busy, but it's still just as fun. 2 Cage Warriors, UFC, Tuivasa versus Taibura. It's going to be a busy week, regardless. Like, subscribe, you know the drill, and I'll catch you next time.